Notice: this is the verbal copyright fair use notice, Title 17 U.S. Code, Section 107-118 of the Copyright Law. All media in this video is used for the purpose of review and commentary for fair use. All footage, music, and images used belong to the respective copyright holders. All review material is meant for all ages and are looked at from an adult analytical perspective. Viewers under the age of 13 should not watch without parental guidance. Please support the official release.
Hey everyone, this is Kings of PaperFameKings. We are joined by our editor Gal and the lovely Otaku, and we are undertaking our biggest, task to date. We are starting the retrospect of Pokemon, starting from the beginning.
The sheer amount of drama.
We will do 2 episodes at a time, just how they used to release them on the VHSs.
Wait, it was 2 episodes at a time?
I think it was.
No, technically, it was 3. I should know. I've got a number of Pokemon VHS tapes still, but 2 is just how we do our own retrospectives here on this channel, folks.
We will try to slot in the Pokemon movies at their appropriate times in the series, even though they're not canon.
Which is bullshit.
I mean, technically, the first movie is canon because of Mind Wipe.
I don't know. It's not even just that. It's the fact that just how many of the movies can be considered canon and how many can be considered not canon that really bothers me.
Yeah, that one is a bit bad.
Not to mention, you can see parts of the first Mewtwo movie in the actual anime. Ergo, Gary's gym fight with the Giovanni and the Mewtwo blowing up the Team Rocket headquarters.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is why I said that one is technically canon, I think.
And yet they want to try to act like the other ones aren't. That bothers me so much and will never not bother me.
The other ones are a bit complicated. I believe Lumio's trainer Zach and a bunch of the other Pokemon YouTubers actually broke down which movies are considered canon and which ones are not. Obviously, once we get to Pokemon I Choose You, that's a completely separate universe, which frankly I feel they greatly underutilize them, because since it's a completely separate universe, whatever Ash catches in that movie, it has no stakes to the main series, so let him catch whatever. And literally in the Power of Us movie, he literally enters a catching contest, gets second place,
catches a Tyranitar,
an Ekans, and literally he could have used those Pokemon in the final battle to help everything. Because we all wanted Ash to have a Tyranitar. Obviously we wanted it to be the little Larvitar he raises in Johto. But
I waited so many seasons for that little adorable shit to come back, and he never did.
Again, Journeys, you could have done so much better. But we'll get to Journeys when we get to Journeys. We are starting at the very beginning for a number of reasons. Obviously for logistic reasons
and posterity's sake.
If we start from the beginning and someone wants us to tackle a specific Pokemon season, you can commission us to tackle it either through our Patreon or through our Substar or our Ko-fi. Because if you absolutely cannot wait and want to see us tackle Sinnoh, tackle the hot mess that's Unova, tackle XY and all that bullshit, tackle Alola, you can give us a jump start and we will tackle it. But for now, we will be going through it episode by episode, season by season. Z will join us for some reactions, and we will be having a schedule, so sometimes you'll see all of us, sometimes you'll see a few of us. We will do our best, but with the schedule in place, if there is a particular episode one of our guests wants to talk about, they will basically be able to sign up, and we'll make sure they are included when we do that recording.
There are a few episodes that will be real make us mad ones, because
emphasis on make us mad.
Because there are a few that we just hate, and for you, our dear viewers, we will suffer through.
And because we're going to make something 100% clear. We are old school Pokemon fans.
Simply put, we were all there when it was just 150.
Yep, from the very get-go.
We're Gen 1.
From
We could all probably recite the original Pokemon rap at one point.
Actually, I could name all 151 from memory when I was 6, I think.
But be that as it may, be it from the trading card games, the American Red and Blue and Pokemon Yellow, to the anime airing on Kids WB on Saturday mornings for the longest time, we, like most of us, have stuck it all the way through. I stuck it through all the way through Ash's Journey, and I tried to get into Horizons, but Horizons kind of lost me, so Horizons will be a complicated thing that we will cross that bridge when we get to it. But I'm going to say this from the beginning. We are going into this fully without nostalgia goggles. We know the OG series has problems, and we will touch base on those problems as we get to them. We're not gonna bog down too much. That's why we're doing this episode by episode format for another reason, so we're not ranting for 2 hours over Pikachu versus Snivy.
Let's face it, that's an issue for another day.
This first episode of Pokemon I Choose You, premiered in the United States on September 8th, 1998, but it was not the first episode of Pokemon shown in America. First episode shown was Battle Aboard the St. Anne.
Although, if memory serves, there were a few edits to that version.
Didn't a lot of episodes get a lot of edits for certain reasons? Like a
For
certain
kids.
episode where Ash was held at gunpoint?
Which covering the banned episodes. I have.
Yeah, and that's not what I was referring to, Fame, but good example.
You mean the fitting, like calling a rice ball a jelly donut?
I know there was something different about it. I just, for the life of me, can't tell you what off the top of my head.
Hold on.
But while Dragon's looking up whatever he's looking up, we are fully aware that the early series is not perfect. We're going in, we're going to judge it for what it is, nostalgia be damned, but also we are going to focus on the improvements, what they chose to do, because a lot of this information has come out. Like, for example, like one of the big things is like a lot of people always just assume Pokemon's anime is based exclusively off the games. Nay. It actually played a lot more involvement in the early seasons based off the card game.
Let's not forget the GS Ball controversy.
Oh, let's not get into that crap.
And a topic for another day.
Yeah, there's a lot we can talk about each season. What was your first Pokemon game? Mine was Pokemon Red on the Game Boy Color.
Blue.
Pokemon Blue for me.
Pokemon Diamond. And yeah, I know that might be a surprise to a lot of people, but it was. I wasn't around the time when Pokemon first. I wasn't really into the games like everybody else was for that kind of thing. That tells my age that I'm the youngest one. I wasn't into it like they were. I got into it much later around the other time frame of the series, and all that stuff. But yeah, that was my first one.
My first one was technically, which one was the first one that came out? Ruby? When they had the two different versions come out at the same time?
Red and Blue did it. Then Gold and Silver.
And Ruby and Sapphire.
It was one of those because my brother and I would get the different versions.
Do you remember which game system?
DS.
Okay, then.
Then probably Diamond and Pearl, like Fame.
Yeah, that was technically the one I played myself. I watched my brother play like Red and then Yellow. He has a Game Boy Color.
And we're interested to see what you, the viewers, what your first Pokemon game was.
And please, no bias about which gen is better. Please, we just don't want to deal with that.
Flames will be used to keep us warm.
Speak for yourself. This fox needs his flame wars. In the words of my favorite demon, pure, utter entertainment.
After all, the world is a stage, and the stage is a world of entertainment.
Does anyone else see Fame holding a match and standing over a pile of leaves?
Yep, although I see more gasoline than leaves.
You can go 5 minutes without setting anything on fire, right?
Regardless, it's my entertainment. So if you start a flame war, it'll warm them. But for me, it's my pure entertainment. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yep.
But let's jump on in. Oh, and be prepared for all of us to sing over each other for the opening.
So, may as well issue a headphone warning here.
I gotta point out one thing. It was always hilarious to me that Pikachu just rode on Pidgeotto's back, and Bulbasaur made a harness out of its vines to hold on to Butterfree. But how is Zubat holding up Squirtle?
We don't question it.
Yeah, I honestly never questioned it as a kid, but yeah, now, yeah, it's just a weird sight.
I mean, you would think that Squirtle would be with Pikachu.
I feel like that'd be kind of dangerous.
There's old school.
Oh, this is not flashback.
So, quick pause. Okay. It has been, I'm not sure if it's been 100% confirmed, but it is greatly believed this is a battle between Bruno and Agatha.
Ooh.
They did retcon it in, I think it was Pokemon Generations, to actually show that it was Bruno and Agatha.
I'm sorry, hold on. Paper, did you say it's a battle between Bruno and Agatha?
Yeah.
Yep,
So
yes he
you
did.
could say it was Agatha all along.
So this Agatha
Oh,
whacked
jeez.
you with a stick.
No, I'm pretty sure she's just as much of a witch as her Marvel counterpart. I apologize for nothing.
I'm not apologizing.
My puns are my business, and I will make them as I please. No one can stop me.
I consider that more of a reference than a pun. So you get a pass from me this time around, Fame.
So no hit with the
Yeah.
fan.
No, we can get back to it.
Not necessary.
Oh, but ding!
This is something that's always bothered me. Ash, and this is something that's actually going to be like a major problem throughout the season. For those of you who don't know, Pokemon as an anime suffers from multiple writer syndrome, where depending on the episode, the characters are written based on rules set by the studio, and we'll get to those rules when they become applicable later. And sometimes in the early season, why like Ash decks multiple Pokemon, and even though he's already met them and already scanned them with the Pokédex, they did actually fix this in a later episode. But some people like really rip on Ash because he's like too much of a new trainer. Ash never should have been a new trainer because he is obviously a fan of Pokemon. He's lived in this world. He's been a fan of Pokemon. He has all this Pokemon shit. So literally every Pokemon that's in his room, he should not be like, what's that thing? Also, he's watching Pokemon battles on TV. So while yes, he is a beginner, he is new, he still should know how those work.
The basics, basically.
Very least, type effectiveness. So, yeah. It's always bothered me because they're trying to set this up as Ash is this total beginner, this total noob. And for a lot of points, yes, they are correct. But as we will see in later episodes, the idea that he is a devoted fan of Pokemon, and this will get retconned even further down with multiple flashbacks to Ash even younger, because, like, spoiler alert, like, he apparently went to a Pokemon camp where he met Serena and had their all little interaction and started a love affair that goes nowhere.
Boy is denser than obsidian.
But as it stands, for someone who is a fan of Pokemon to know nothing about Pokemon, they kind of shot themselves in the foot going forward. But we can continue.
Plus, there's the whole problem that even if you weren't a huge fan of it, if you lived in a world with it, you would know at least some of the basics, like, oh, that's a Pidgey flying through the sky. That's a sparrow that just landed on my fence.
Oh, Pokemon only speak their names.
And I hereby declare to the Pokemon.
Well, actually, sorry, King, pause for a little bit. The whole Ash asking Pikachu if its name is all we can say. That's an English dub thing. I can't recall what, but I can say for certain that he said something else entirely in the original Japanese version.
Still,
we can continue.
Pokemon Master!
Voltorb, the long clock.
Get to bed!
Oh, hello, Delia. Are you ever going to tell us who your husband is?
With a Pidgey cuckoo bird. It is 11 o'clock at night.
11 o'clock.
Ma'am, if you don't tell us who the fuck your husband is, I swear to God.
Tomorrow I begin my Pokemon journey. I can't sleep. Well, if you can't sleep, you should at least get ready for tomorrow. Here, watch this.
Good evening, Pallet. Tomorrow's the big day for the newest class of Pokemon.
Also, this implies that Professor Oak recorded and broadcast this episode specifically for Pallet Town, for 4 trainers. Just how rich is that old man?
Well, depending on
thought about that before now.
Depending on the continuity, there is, according to the Pokemon Adventures manga, Samuel Oak is a former Pokemon League champion.
Yeah,
him and Agatha were actually rivals in their youth, to the point where Samuel actually did become champion, was the champion of Kanto, retired, became a Pokemon professor.
And it's one of the reasons that Pallet Town is so safe.
And where Professor Oak probably got all his...
And I'm gonna issue a headphone warning to be safe here.
Hey, watch where you're
Where's my
going.
gun?
Buddy, Moxie, what do we got for this fella?
I have some assault weapons, crossbow, honey bow, Tommy gun, old-fashioned shotgun, revolvers, and 3 colors, chainsaws, katanas.
Where's my gun? Where's my pistol? Where's my pistol?
This has always bothered me, because Gary is talking a lot of smack for somebody who literally is third. Because Ash did not bump into the person with the Bulbasaur or the person with the Charmander. He bumped into Gary, who, again, spoiler alert, got Squirtle. So this makes Gary, from the start, was always a cocky little brat. He literally is the last one to arrive and got the last Pokemon there. And literally, like, Ash is so late, he's literally running in and they're bumping into each other right here and now. So there is a reason why Gary motherfucking Oak suffers the way he will in future episodes. But this is the start of it, and it's just like always like rewatching. When I first watched this, obviously I never realized this. I just thought Gary was an arrogant little brat. But like on rewatch, it doesn't make sense how Gary can like talk so big when he's literally also the last one leaving Pallet Town outside of nepotism.
You have a grandfather in the Pokemon business, isn't it? Thank you for
Speaking
coming out
of,
to see history in the making. Now I, Gary Oak,
and the fact that his cheerleaders weren't in the car with him.
I'll show you.
So,
No, why does he have a car? He's 10 years old.
Professor Oak!
He's got a driver.
Yes, I'm
yeah,
ready.
his dad, from my understanding, his parent actually rented the car, the cheerleaders, all that, because they wanted him to be properly motivated, wanted him to have like good travel, and their parents are apparently like very well off.
Oh, geez, if they were renting all that for at least a year, well, 2 realistically, considering we see him in Johto, I'd hate to see that sky-high bill.
Well, he stops using the car in Johto.
Right, my bad.
Like, at the point of renting a car for a year, you might as well just buy it.
Well, they might have owned it.
It's ambiguous.
look like you're ready for bed, you.
Gotta address this. For those that have seen Pokemon Forever, they... Spoiler alert, but, I mean, the movie's old, so... If you're watching this,
2 decades
you're probably
at this point.
not new to Pokemon. Oak travels forward in time when he was young and meets Ash and Pikachu. So some fans say that he purposely did this to make sure that Ash got Pikachu.
Yeah.
I still call the old man a fart.
That's so stupid! Here's the thing. This is one of those situations where they try to do something in hindsight, and even if like it's the canon, it's the official thing, the fandom either Abby hates it or thinks points out this really doesn't make a lick of sense, because why is he behaving like this then?
I'm officially in the latter.
Yeah, and you will see through season 1 a lot of times that Oak is just a pure asshole and compares Ash and Gary.
Yeah, because like if if he knew that Ash was going to be a Pokemon trainer, because he is, he's Samuel, as Ash is going to meet later on. Don't care for spoilers, because if you haven't seen it at this point, what the hell are you been doing this entire time? But regardless, why the hell is he treating him like this?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where they're trying to retroactively fix something or try and weave something. Because let's be honest, the Pokemon Forever movie literally was done and did so much damage to the continuity of Pokemon that it literally destroyed an entire plot line that was threaded through multiple episodes. But regardless of that, in this, so particularly, Oak doing this it's not someone who's that of a friend. I don't care if people use this for fic ideas or comic ideas and anything of the sort. The fact of the matter is, in the canon, in the official canon, this episode, obviously, they did not plan for Samuel's younger self to travel forward in time, meet Ash, and have this whole magical adventure with Celebi and Suicune, and seeing Ash, he knew the boy was going to grow up, and he went out and made sure he got a Pikachu, and that Pikachu would be Ash's Pikachu, and he orchestrated all of this to make the time loop. No, he is just an ass. He's just an ass.
Because just to point out, in case you don't already know, the movie we're talking about was the second to happen during Ash's Johto journey. And if memory serves, that movie came out in the States in, what was it, 2001?
Potentially.
The third was 2000. Yeah, it was 2001.
This overall thing with Oak, it just bothers me to no end. Because he's just like, oh my god, dude, what the hell is your problem, Oak? Like, for real.
Actually,
you're sitting here letting him go through this when you know all 3 of those Pokeballs are empty.
Correction. It premiered in Japan on July 7th, 2001. It premiered in the United States on a limited release October 11th, 2002. The official premiere was October 25th.
Gotcha.
So it's making it any better.
With this last one.
Also, another issue, especially that was picked in this episode, Gary talks to Ash like they have never met before, and it was in later episodes that they decided to try and weave... They tried to weave a more complex relationship between Ash and Gary, pretty much like kind of how like in Naruto, Naruto is said to have never had friends and didn't have any close relationships. Like the first person who like showed him kindness was supposed to be Iruka, but then they literally spent time and money crafting episodes showing like, oh, Shikamaru was told by his dad to give Naruto a chance and to see if he understood, and Kiba supposedly gave him a chance, and Choji apparently gave him a chance, and apparently Naruto and Sasuke always had these random meetups where it was supposed to like softly start bonds and all this other stuff. Guys, basically what ended up happening is Ash and Gary were supposed to be rivals, but they didn't actually establish a proper rivalry, and they don't do it in Kanto, they hardly do it in Johto, and it's a big problem for a lot of Ash's rivals, but for his first one, it's particularly standing out. Because good lord, again, jumping into the future a little bit, literally the idea that they had this rivalry over a rusted Pokeball, and they said it was like, oh yeah, this happened on the start of our journey. As we're about to see, no, it doesn't.
No, it does not at all. It doesn't. Hello, Chunky Chew.
Chunky!
Yeah, and I actually already...
It's so cute.
I actually found out not too long ago that the scene of Pikachu coming out of its Pokeball, it was actually edited after the Electronic Soldier Porygon incident.
Yeah, that one is going to be. There will be a major warning when we tackle that episode.
There'll be a major fame will be off the screen for at least 25% of that. Are you forgetting?
I know.
Yeah, depending, regardless if I or Pete edited, we'll just cut that scene out for YouTube's sake.
Or we'll probably remove the color. Because believe it or not, that like shot that like caused the problems, it actually happened in earlier episodes, just for not as long.
It was just too big, then it did too much at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, for this and several other scenes before the English localization happened, they did a number of different things just to repeat the same incident in different countries.
Speaking of warnings, incoming flashing warning. Okay, why is that guy crying, and what is wrong with the old guy's eyes behind him?
He has a lazy eye. Leave him alone.
Hey, I can't say much. I have one.
Also, where did all of these people come from? Weren't you all just gone with Gary?
These are different.
No, yeah.
Different crowd entirely, Fame.
But I don't understand the crying guy.
He's happy.
Give him the proper Pokeball?
Your friends already.
Yeah, but King, pause for a minute. Yeah, about that, I believe that the lightning bulb was just for that one scene, because if you noticed, Bulbasaur and Charmander and Squirtle's Pokeballs all had their names in Pokéknees, for a lack of a better term, and when Ash had each one in their hand, the Pokéknees was gone.
And Pikachu is a little... I just caught that.
Literally ducked out of the way.
No, I mean Pikachu with the skull and crossbones thought balloon in the eye.
I'm gonna kill everybody.
Like, bitch, you calling me?
Is it because you don't like me? Pika Pika. Well, I like you a lot. And since you're the Pokemon I'm training, don't you think you could be a little nicer and just open your mouth and tell me what's wrong? Yeah. That's not exactly what I meant. Is your name all you can say? Pika. Well then, you're just like all Pokemon and you should act like one and get inside the Pokeball, just like it says in the Pokedex.
While being trained, a Pokemon usually stays inside its Pokeball.
You see?
Usually, Ash.
Exceptions. Some Pokemon hate being confined.
Okay then. This
Pikachu know how to do that.
And I'll get rid of these. How's that? Still not good enough? Pika. Huh?
Oh God.
Oh boy.
Among all the flying Pokemon, it is the gentlest and easiest to capture. A perfect target for the beginning Pokemon trainer to test his Pokemon's skills.
This is great.
Oh, and Sassy Dexter.
Pikachu, go get it.
Yep.
Aren't you ever gonna listen to me? But why not?
And this is where, I'm remembering a very particular Pokemon fanfiction.
I can get that thing all by myself.
The betrayal
trope. Anybody know one by the name of
the betrayal trope?
Now I'm ready to take the next step to be the number one
Pokemon master. Starting things differently.
Enjoy your last moments of freedom.
I read that
this one. Yeah, this one basically had the whole thing that's gonna happen where Pikachu betrays Ash, and it essentially leads to Ash being injured and saved by a couple of wild Pokemon who become his actual starters, unlike this little bastard right here.
And the legendaries.
Yeah, the legendaries weren't happy with Pikachu.
Or the others.
Pidgey, 'cause you're mine!
Yeah, let's just say that entire flock of Sparrow got eaten.
They got
And as Vicent pointed out, this scene, or at least with Ash's previous line just now, it has not aged well.
This!
I blew it.
To capture a Pokemon, you usually have your own Pokemon battle with the other.
Now he tells me.
5.
I'm gonna fucking kill this Pokedex.
Dexter, shut up. It is a level 2, 3, 5 at the highest Pidgey. Its catch rate, the catch ratio for a Pidgey is so astronomical. You can throw a Pokeball at full health and catch it. Even in the game, like it typically shows like either a Caterpie, a Pidgey, or a Rattata that like the person that's like teaching you how to like catch Pokemon, and he like throws the ball, and it's like an instant catch. Which anyone who's watched Raiden animations and they randomized everything, and literally the Pokemon used in the shot was Articuno. So he throws a Pokeball at the Articuno and instantly catches it, turns to Jaden, and it's like, see, it's that easy. And it's like, fuck
no, it
you.
isn't.
But no, in all seriousness, this always bothered me in the old school series because they intentionally try to keep Ash on the back foot. They keep him needing to be the underdog. And yes, again, I get he's a beginner, but what would have been the harm of him catching the Pidgey? Maybe his confidence gets a little boosted, and then maybe he actually does something to piss off the Sparrow, because obviously a Sparrow, especially considering what happens later on in the series where the Sparrow and a Pharaoh dominate a Pidgey and Pidgeotto colony. But it strikes me as odd that like they're trying to like make this like whole theme like, oh, Ash is so stupid, like haha. Like honestly, who didn't throw a Pokeball at the first Pokemon they saw?
Exactly.
And also for like Nuzlocke, that's typically what a lot of Nuzlockers do, especially in the early games, so you don't accidentally get KO'd and completely destroy your game, first off.
And then there's this part.
Wait, I've got an idea. Okay.
God, Ash.
There's nothing to be afraid of. Hi, little friend.
Did that thing just use Twister?
Its gust power creates tornadoes. It also has a sand attack.
Dexter is too sassy.
Guess it's
Yeah,
not
to this
like
day, I'll
that.
never understand why in Gen 1 Gust was a normal type move instead of a flying type.
Oh, look, a Rattata.
Pokemon Rattata. It likes cheese, nuts, fruits, and berries.
Yeah, but this isn't a forest. It's an open field.
It also comes out into open fields to steal food from stupid travelers.
That means.
Oh god.
See,
Wow.
see, I'm finna
Someone
break
get
that.
Ash a burn hail.
No, somebody get him a new Pokedex, because I'm finna break that thing.
I hate when they do away with Dexter being sassy because the sass added life to a Pokédex. Like, it wasn't just a tool, Dexter was a character.
I want Rotom Dex. Give me Rotom Dex.
The Pokedex is Rotom and Rotom's the Pokedex. Alola, Rotom!
Language selection complete.
Wow, Rotom just talked!
Rotom, please lend Ash a helping hand from now on, okay?
Understood. Ash, user registration complete.
Same, especially the ones from the Alola games.
I actually had the original Pokédex toy.
I'm so glad I didn't, because I would have thrown mine in the garbage.
Dame, calm down. They weren't anywhere near as sassy as these. Or as Dexter.
And let me put it this way. So, I know for a fact that a lot of people in the Pokemon fandom like to do the whole isekai trope of, oh, if we were in the Pokemon world, if we were isekai in the Pokemon world, which one would you want to go? See, if Professor Oak had given me a Pokedex that was this sassy, I can bet your 1, 2, 3 that I'd be going back into his lab and I'd be like, "Hey, Oak, can we talk for a minute?" And I would constantly be hiding behind my back, a fucking baseball bat covered in spikes and studs.
I thought it was nails and barbed wire.
Nails, barbed wire, spikes, covered in lemon juice.
They have the same effect.
Scrubbed in salt and lemon juice. Scrubbed in salt and lemon juice.
I get the salt, but why the lemon juice?
It hurts
It
more.
stings more.
In open wounds.
Gotcha.
I'm stupid?
Oh no.
Safari Zone.
I'll get you this time.
Here we go.
Ash!
I got it!
Oh, you got it, alright.
Yeah, you got
I wonder
something.
what that is.
Unlike Pidgey, Spearow has a terrible attitude. It is very wild and will sometimes attack other Pokemon and humans.
Spittle!
And apparently, Spearow sees in black and white.
Hey! Leave Pikachu alone! It didn't throw the rock!
Wild Pokemon tend to be jealous of human-trained Pokemon.
Even if that's the case, how would the Sparrow know that Pikachu is owned by a trainer?
This is actually something I did want to talk about. There have been a lot of theories and speculations, whereas some Pokemon, because like we're watching Campfire Cooking, and we saw that like with Makoto like made a familiar contract with Fenrir, that it had an effect on him. I think like especially like with like Pokemon, the Pokeballs, the energy, it has like like they can tell either by the smell or the aura of the Pokemon that they know that this Pokemon is owned. This Pokemon is caught. This Pokemon has a master. Now, Dexter said that some attack out of jealousy, because some Pokemon legit do want to be caught and raised by a human. And like that's why a lot of them allow themselves to be captured and don't just like rebel, because if they absolutely hated it and wanted no part in it, they would straight up rebel, regardless of original ending of Pokemon not included. But I've always liked this because either like especially like when it comes down to like Meowth thing, Meowsy, his girlfriend that he like learned to walk and talk for, literally was a kept Pokemon, and she had an entitled attitude and looked down on a wild Pokemon. So it is entirely possible that caught Pokemon look down on wild Pokemon like they're savages, and word of this spreads from Pokemon mouth to Pokemon mouth, and like legit they just have either jealousy, rage, like some Pokemon might want to be caught out of like gluttony, and as we like later see with Chikorita, maybe even lust. But yeah, it gives reason to why the primal instinct, why in the wild in the games, why Pokemon will randomly attack.
Here it comes! Lord Fenrir, I have humble request for you. Huh? To become head, I ask. With me, please fight. Strongest. Fight hard but strong, Lord Fenrir. Everyone except me. Head.
Does he want to fight in order to prove he's worthy to lead his pride?
I guess that makes sense. Even still, like,
real quick, because imagine this. This Spearow beat a trainer-owned Pokemon. Imagine the bragging rights. It's like this Pokemon that's raised and trained by a trainer, chosen, caught, honed skills, whatever. Like, they don't know how long Ash and Pikachu are together. They just know it's an owned Pokemon. And, like, it's like, oh yeah, I beat this one. Like, imagine, like, the experience, the power-up, because we do find out that this Spearow does evolve. So, literally, it could be And as we've learned from the games, battling wild Pokemon, you get a little bit of experience. Battle a trainer's Pokemon, you get a lot of experience.
So true.
So it could be bragging rights, they could want to be caught themselves and are trying to defeat their opponent as a way of proving it's like, pick me! Or they could just be trying to like, oh, this is a strong opponent, if I kick your ass, I'm gonna get stronger. A good point on that one is Buizel from the Sinnoh arc, because he literally went out of his way to challenge other Pokemon trainers who were fishing in the area.
Oh no, dear. You go and take a good rest.
Baby. Huh? Weasel wants to take me on now? It's a deal.
And then he finally found one that was worthy in the name of Ash.
Well, technically Dawn.
Yeah, that.
I know what I said.
Also, I looked up and remember when you were saying that there was a difference between the original and the dub about Ash asking Pikachu to tell him what's wrong?
Mm-hmm.
It's apparently a pun in Japanese that Pikachu misunderstands when Ash asks him to talk to him and opens his mouth saying he has no teeth.
But we see.
I'm just telling you what the wiki says.
Noted.
And it is important to note that a lot of Japanese puns are based on Japanese wordplay, so they really do not
translate.
Make sense to the ink. Yeah.
There's a reason. And people say things get lost in translation.
Yep.
Like, I mean, the same thing goes the opposite way.
Oh dear.
Oh look, deep fried bird.
You got it!
And considering, tomorrow at the time of recording is Thanksgiving.
And look, the first ally call.
And Swarm Battle.
Yep. Sandshrew. Mankey.
Don't worry, Pikachu. No matter what, I'll save you.
Pikachu like, why is he sticking around? Bye.
See, this is where it came from. This is where the story behind things really kicked off. Because Pikachu just ditched Ash after he saved him and left him to die.
King pause.
So the fan fiction is known as Starting Things Differently. I can't remember who the author was. But they basically had it after this point where Ash had saved Pikachu, and rather than being grateful and attempting to save Ash, Pikachu nopes the fuck out of there and leaves Ash to be attacked by the Spearow. Only for Ash to end up being saved by a couple of random wild Pokemon who had seen what Ash had did to save Pikachu, and then decided to help Ash by getting him to safety, and then becoming Ash's Pokemon.
And see, like, I've seen a lot of Pokemon YouTubers, like, cover this episode and talk about how Ash was still being overconfident here. It's like, he's not being overconfident, he's believing that he's gonna protect Pikachu. It's, again, first episode, complicated writing. They had no idea what they were doing at the time. They had no idea this was going to blow up to be as big as it was going to be. But yeah, it's still weird.
And then the whole waterfall scene. It's amazing how much they add between the towns in the cities compared to the game.
Yeah, what paper it said. It mentioned the small handhelds. They could only handle so much.
True.
I mean, look at how small Sandbar Island is in the games.
And
oh god, we're about to...
When you decide that taking freeform cliff diving is safer.
Here we go!
Gyarados?
Gyarados!
Like, what the hell are you doing in a river?
This is a very deep river, by the way.
Hey, Misty.
Oh, God. I've got the frying pan.
Hey, I got a bite! Oh, wow, I really think this could be a big one! Yeah, it's just a kid.
My childhood nightmare.
Oh, and a Pokemon! Oh, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Not you!
Okay. I want to make this perfectly clear. I hate Anime Misty. I do. I hate this character with the burning hot passion of 1,000 entes. And this boils down to is that while I do know Misty does get better, and essentially Iris is worse, but even still, I'm sorry, basic human decency, it's like, oh, it's just some kid. Like, literally, you just pulled someone from the river, he looks injured, and there's an injured Pokemon. You couldn't, like, just say, like, oh my god, are you okay? No,
and like, shut it off. Not you.
Well, are we trash talking Misty now? Great, let me go get my gun.
Buddy, Moxie, what do we got for this fella?
I have some assault weapons, crossbow, honey bow, Tommy gun, old-fashioned shotgun, revolvers in 3 colors, chainsaws, katanas.
I already hit her over the head with the frying pan.
You're hitting her. I'm getting her out of the picture.
Still, fitting that you did pause at this moment, King. For those of you who don't know, the 4Kids stub actually edited out Misty slapping Ash across the face.
I thought that was in the Caterpie episode.
Actually, no, it's both.
The what?
Yeah, she slaps Ash.
Hold on.
He's got to run out of bullets eventually.
I have the infinite ammo spam.
You realize that one of us is gonna cut some of those, right?
I realize that, but at the same time, it's Misty and Gal. You know my hatred for this chick.
It would be easier to list the characters you don't have any anger for.
Let me put it to you this way. I'd rather call her a chick because attempting to call Misty a woman would be an insult to women everywhere.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm surprised you didn't just call her a bitch.
No, that's an insult to female dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, they are 100% correct. In the Japanese version, after Ash thanks Misty, she slaps him across the face. This was cut from the dub. The screen freezes just as Ash answers Misty due to the physical violence. In the next scene, Misty clearly has her hand in the air. In the Japanese version, Misty also demands to know why Pikachu looks so beat up, while in the English version, she instead accuses Ash of by telling him to look at what he's done to Pikachu and asks if he's still breathing.
For my last request, I must ask. May I kindly knock the teeth out of this craven, two-faced bitch?
Misty, girl, I done told people. People.
Yep, her hand's in the air, so yeah, she slapped him.
So, this child is trying to protect his Pokemon. He gets rescued from the river, and is literally slapped by his would-be rescuer. And y'all still ship these two together?
The only thing I ship is assault charges.
Cause see, I knew about the Caterpie one, cause in the scene, she's like, you're the worst. There's like an audible slap sound effect. They literally cut out, cause like Misty like literally slaps him. Listen, there is typically no good reason to assault somebody. If there is, like, you know, again, if it's in for the protection of somebody, like if there is a child abuser present and you see them abusing the child, on site.
Or if they grope you, like if they
which you didn't do.
Which if they just walk up, grab your chest or any part of you, then yeah, slap the taste out of their mouth.
She slapped him because he thinks that Ash abused Pikachu, so she's falsely accusing him. She doesn't know shit.
This is a major jump to conclusions. How do you go from, oh, this person, I just reeled this person in from the river, obviously he's a Pokemon abuser, like, and I know in the next episode, Jenny sees Ash carrying Pikachu, and they're both injured as heck, so she, like, stops him and questions him, but that is a logical thing to do. Misty's not questioning. Misty is going straight to assault. And I don't care if the dub cut it out. In the canon of the thing, which everything is written based on the canon, adaption be damned, Ash has been slapped by this girl at least twice. And people wonder why he doesn't want to take her advice, doesn't want to listen to her. If somebody beats the heck out of you for no good reason, would you tolerate their advice?
Oh, I'm remembering the mallet.
I'm tolerating my foot going up this bitch's crusty, dusty.
Let's not even get started on Togepi.
Okay, yeah, let's move it along. That feels like its own can of worms.
Quick change of subject. Apparently, I do have to apologize. The whole Ash and Gary meeting, for the first time, apparently that is an English dub screw-up. Apparently this was not the case in the sub. This is a dub screw-up.
Not shocking.
Not at all.
What you've done to that poor little thing? Is it breathing? I think so. Well, just don't sit there. It needs a doctor right away. There's a medical center not too far from here. You've got to get moving now. You mean a hospital? Yes, for Pokemon. Can you tell me which way do I go? That way.
How does he not?
Run! Hey, what are you doing? I'm borrowing this. Wait, that's my bike. I'll give it back.
Yeah, and he needs it to try to save his Pokemon.
Oh, you!
Plus, also, you did just assault him. So, him stealing your bike is acceptable.
Among other things.
Pikachu, we're almost there!
Good lord, Arceus is pissed.
Pikachu!
Considering they're attacking his chosen one, I'm not surprised.
Pikachu?
And before anyone blows up the comments saying, oh, Arceus didn't exist at this point, there's just the original 151, you're about to be proven wrong.
Well, actually, an extra addendum to that. Learn what jokes are. I'm making a joke.
Please, Pikachu, please listen to me and go inside. After that,
Also, if I see any comments about the Ash Kona theory, those comments will be sacrificed twice to the YouTube algorithm gods.
We will feed it to Giratina.
I can't be defeated by the likes
And
of
I'll
you.
make sure you'll have a perfect meal.
I'm going to capture and defeat you all. You hear me?
And the
Pikachu,
sad
go inside the
music
Pokeball.
score.
It's the only way.
Who did the music for this one anyway?
Get me!
Well, Arceus, how about you strike them down now? For him to kill your chosen one.
A thunderbolt strong enough to change the weather.
And the start of Pikachu's habit of barbecuing bicycles.
Pikachu is super effective against bicycles. Maybe that's why they didn't allow Ash to meet Miraidon and Koraidon.
Here it is.
Hey ho!
The first Gen 2 Pokemon to ever appear.
Yeah, this blew the minds of so many people back in the day. Like, who the hell is that?
When it came out that Pokemon actually did plan some stuff far ahead.
Yeah, like breeding was actually supposed to be introduced from the get-go.
Like, the original series, Gen 2 is episode 117. So it is 116 episodes until Ho-Ho should appear.
But also, it is something of note. I mentioned before, a lot of stuff written was not done. The Pokemon anime is not exclusively bound to the games. However, when the games are being developed and made and all this other stuff, certain aspects they wanted to apply in the game, like the ideas, like pitch meeting type stuff, a lot of that content is not just scrapped. A lot of it gets passed on to the anime team. Like, the stuff like with Thunder Armor, like a lot of people like bitch and moan about Thunder Armor. That was actually supposed to be something that was going to be applied to the games. They just couldn't get it to work either in the coding, mechanically. It was too much. Because guys, like let's be real. A lot of the limitations with the Pokemon games was in the olden days because of the code. There was limitations on the system, in the cartridge, and everything. There was only so much they can do back in the day. Nowadays, there is no excuse.
Never realized that.
Considering that we have games that have open world now, there's really no excuse to not update the gameplay.
Also, there's the fact that a lot of the most favorited and beloved parts of the anime was later taken and adapted into the games later. Pokemon Yellow, obviously, but like certain things like regional forms, that was later applied to the games. And I'll bring up the other stuff as we get to it.
What's that?
There is no data. There are still Pokemon yet to be identified.
Yeah, no data. Sure, buddy. Sure.
This is just the beginning of the amazing adventures of Ash and Pikachu.
Well, for this version of the Pokédex, yes.
Non-stop action, millions of laughs, heart-pounding perils, and endless excitement. Together, they'll encounter fantastic friends, evil enemies, and meet creatures beyond their wildest imagination.
Evil enemies.
And as their story unfolds, we'll unlock the magic and mystery of a most wondrous place, the incredible world of Pokemon.
Hello, give him the rainbow feather. Pokerat?
At least part of it, I believe.
Basically, I'm going to give this episode a 4 out of 5. Because for all of the writing flaws, for a pilot episode, it still stands strong. Pikachu and Oak were a bit too mean-spirited, and if they ever remade Pokemon today, I would hope that, they tweaked it a little bit and helped it make a little bit more sense, because, yeah, animation is still great, even for today. It's not as, impactful, but for, what it's going to do and what it will become, it's really, it's not cheap. Like some of the rotating shots, the underwater shot, the rain, even the rainbow, the golden aura around Ho-Oh, even the electrical effects. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
I'll agree, because as much as it can drive us to be aggravated, it's nostalgic that helps it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm inclined to give it a 4 out of 5 as well.
Yeah, I'll go 4.
Alright, before we dive into the next episode, I want to do a quick brief session of how I'd write it. Honestly, with how Ash acts in the opening, I don't really see much issue with, him being excited, I can't tell you how many times, I'm excited for something for the next day, and I can't sleep for the life of me sometimes.
Oh, amen.
True that.
And
it is a pain.
Now, if I was writing this purely under the basis that the fourth movie was all planned from the beginning, and Oak really did do that, and Oak gives Ash Pikachu, he could try to warn Ash about not touching Pokemon before you get to know them, because they can be and then Pikachu zaps him. Pikachu attacking Delia kind of makes sense because Pikachu did insult him. And for certain anime Kame ga Kill, if you insult a Tegu, it will not like you, and even though anyone can use the Tegu themselves can reject the person. So we have a situation where, all that, I would still keep in. Ash gets the Pokeballs, gets the Pokedex. He can even be the fourth one to arrive. He can still get Pikachu. I know a lot of like what ifs change whether or not, like, what if Ash arrived on time or what if Ash was a competent trainer. I will get into the problems I have with that one, with those kinds of ones, another time. But Ash can have Pikachu. He could have Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander. It doesn't really matter. But if he has Pikachu and we're keeping on with that main story, he goes to try and capture a Pokemon. I would let Ash capture a Pidgey here. Why? Because I want Ash and his first catch to have a stronger bond than what is given. Because Pikachu is his starter, yes, but Ash's first catch should mean something. But literally, both Pokemon he has that are in his first catch episode, he eventually gives away. I know in Journeys, Pidgeot comes back, which is great, but still, from now to the very end of the series, Ash, like, almost completely never uses Pidgeotto, doesn't use Pidgeot, and it's a travesty. I would let him catch a Pidgey here. He gets the Pidgey, and Pidgey actually will be loyal to Ash, which will annoy Pikachu. And Ash could get like a little overconfident, and he battles a Rattata. He doesn't just get stolen from. He battles a Rattata. Pidgey gets a little overexcited, uses Gust, and accidentally blows Rattata away. It's like, wow, you're really strong, Pidgey. But we were trying to catch him. And Pidgey could actually have, like, you know, a bit more emotion and, like, feel sorry for that. Still gung-ho about trying to help Ash catch another Pokemon, it goes and ends up battling the Spearow. Spearow will get ornery, angry, angsty, attack Pidgey, and it'll knock Pidgey out. Pikachu will start laughing, which will draw the attention of the Spearow because it thinks the Pikachu is laughing at it. So its pride's hurt, and it'll actually attack Pikachu with reason. Not just because of jealousy or anything. It actually has, oh, you laugh at me? Well, I'm going to kick your ass. It's going to knock Pikachu around a little bit, and then, like, Ash is going to try and protect Pikachu getting messed up in the process. Pikachu, still not, like, exactly happy with Ash, unleashes the Thunder Shock, Thunderbolt, whatever you want to give him this early on, and it zaps Ash, and it zaps the Spearow, getting it even angrier, and it calls for help. The swarm comes, the chase happens. Here we go. The chase continues, except Pikachu, when Ash promises to protect Pikachu, you could have him saying, get in the ball and you'll be safe. Pikachu will reject that, and that's why he'll run ahead, because he doesn't want to be confined. It gives, like, Ash is still trying to protect Pikachu, but as Otaku knows, sometimes with animals, when you're trying to care for them, if they're sick, injured, or upset about something, they can not understand you're trying to help them, and they'll lash out at you.
Yep.
So Pikachu runs off. Ash is like screaming, hey, don't do that. The swarm swoops in and starts wailing on Pikachu. And we have the situation of, like, you know, we carry on, he jumps into the river, all that happens. Now, would I still keep Misty, even though I hate her? Yes.
What?
I would still keep Misty in this situation because regardless of how I feel she is, the main issue of why Misty is a problem is because how the anime handles her.
I love famous. What?
There actually is a lot that can be done with both Misty and Iris in black and white. Misty is an official gym leader. No. Misty actually is a gym leader in this continuity. She is the fourth sensational sister. So she actually does have gym leader credentials, and she's basically traveling right now to gain more water Pokemon and build her team to prove herself against her sisters. So she pulls Ash out of the river. She actually is worried. It's like, oh my god, what the heck is happening? She checks on them, does not slap him, and like is checking if he's okay. And Eventually, the swarm shows up. She points him into the direction of the town. He does steal her bike because it's an emergency and he needs to get away quickly. Misty's upset, and like gives chase, but then everything continues on from there. The Spearow swarm eventually, with the storm and everything, it all comes to the head, and pretty much everything happens as it does in canon. Ash says, "Come and get me." He demands it, but the Spearow that started it all takes notice of Ash and takes that challenge and makes it personal. So after Pikachu blasts everything and scatters everything, Spearow that started it all will actually decide to essentially stalk Ash and the gang and follow him for some of the journey. Sometimes showing up to attack Pidgey, sometimes to attack Pikachu, basically to be an ornery little brat. Ash will see Ho-Oh and he will get the Rainbow Feather.
Pikachu. You'll stay. Mean it? What's that?
And that's how I would write episode 1.
I can dig it.
Same. Also, if you want to talk about the theory about how Ho-Oh granted Ash eternal youth, I've got no problems with that theory.
Well, okay, I know like a lot of the theories, like the coma theory, the eternal life theory, a lot of stuff. Like some people have said like Ash actually did die, but Ho-Oh revived them. Stuff like that. Like, you know what? Like, obviously that's not the intent of the original creators, and for the fandom, it's fine. I love the fanon. I love some of the weird what ifs and all like there's like a series of what ifs of like what if Ash got like Sonic the Hedgehog as his starter. Like serious like wackadoo type stuff, but it's all in good fun.
Mm-hmm.
But something in particular, like the creepypastas that try to put like a darker element on the canon, like that always tends to like bother me a little bit. Like creepypastas can be enjoyed on a good night on Halloween with some wine and some friends, but for like day-to-day conversation, it is what it is.
Yeah, the reason that I have a problem with the Ash in a coma theory, it has a hole so giant it's the size of freaking Asia. It mentions that Team Rocket gets more dangerous, but here's the kicker: where in this first episode do we see Team Rocket?
We don't.
Exactly.
But time for the Pokey Rap.
Oh, the age-old classic. Brings a tear to my eye.
Okay, guys, we gotta rap some Pokemon.
You just do the singing. I'll take care of the hard part.
Let's get it on.
To be the best that ever was, and be all the rest, and that's my goals. Pokemon. Pokemon. I was torn apart.
Wait, hold on. Did they hear Poliwag in here twice?
Tune in tomorrow. We'll rap at you. Chicklemer. Rion, Polyrap, Jolteon, Dragonite, Gaslit. Only time for Rion, Polyrap.
Actually, they messed up.
Okay.
Yes, they did. It's actually a well-known error where it says Poliwrath, they use Poliwag's image. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah, and I can speak from experience, this won't be the last time either.
Yeah, for those who've actually seen the first movie and want to say, like, the first time that, like, Team Rocket messed up Alakazam and Scyther, yeah, it happens more often than you think. A lot of it does come down to the dub editing team sometimes making changes, because let's be real, I'm pretty sure the PokeRap is American exclusive.
I do believe it is.
Yes. I mean, they made their own.
Down the road.
Japanese version. Yeah. Yeah. Unova or issue, as I came to know as I was watching it.
32 down, that's it for now.
Tune in tomorrow. We'll rap at you some more.
There's 150, so
We'll rap at you some more.
You'll catch them all.
Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon.
And time to say hello to 3 people that we don't get to say goodbye to for a single episode for
None ever was.
667.
Catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, bring far and wide. Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. You and me.
I know it's
my destiny. You're my best friend. The world we much defend. Catch 'em all. Courage will pull us through.
Teach me, I'll teach you.
Pokemon.
I declare to the Pokemon of the world, I will be the greatest Pokemon
The
trainer,
obligatory recap.
the greatest Pokemon master of all time!
Last time, Ash, our hero from Pallet, chose Pikachu, a Pokemon who was not too thrilled with its new trainer. Soon, they found themselves fighting off a flock of fearsome Spearows. Pikachu saved the day with its amazing Thundershock, but the electrifying encounter left Pikachu...
Sure, Thundershock, let's go with that.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it.
We beat him. Pokemon emergency!
Attention citizens of Viridian City! Attention citizens of Viridian City! We have reports of possible Pokemon thieves in our area. Be on the lookout for suspicious-looking strangers.
Oh, good God, the irony.
Be on the lookout for suspicious-looking... Speak of the devil?
Don't you mean speak of a Giratina?
Hold it! And just where do you think you're going with that Pokemon, young man?
It's my Pokemon and it's hurt and I've got to get it to the hospital right away!
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you might be stealing it. Just show me your ID and you can go.
ID? I don't have any. You see, we just came here from Pallet and
You know, you're the 4th person I've seen today from Pallet Town.
The 4th? Oh, that means Gary Oak's here already.
It's very unusual for someone to carry
Also,
a
okay,
Pokemon around in his arms.
pause. Okay, that is very, very odd because the other trainers would not have been rushing to get to Viridian City. That makes no sense for them to do that. Gary I can accept because Gary's in a car. I can completely understand that Gary can like just drive through Route 1 lickety split. But why would the other two be here when, you know, there's all the Pokemon in Route 1 to get and there wasn't a Pokemon emergency driving them? That does not make any sense.
It never did.
Yeah, that's just a plot hole.
Well, we've seen how many Pokeballs a certain abuser had later down the line of a certain fire lizard.
But see, there is a reason why I bring this up, because there's a line that's going to be coming up that makes it important. But we'll get to that. Let's continue.
Not in a Pokeball. How do I know you didn't steal that Pokemon? Especially since you don't have any identification.
Please let me through. I wouldn't steal a Pokemon, and I've got to get Pikachu to the hospital. Please, miss.
Hey, what's that in your pocket?
Ma'am.
Oh, this?
This is perfect!
Ma'am.
A Pokedex! This will solve our problem!
Was that necessary?
You're the real deal.
I'm Dexter, a Pokedex programmed by Professor Oak for Pokemon trainer Ash Ketchum of the town of Pallet. My function is to provide Ash with...
That means Professor Oak explicitly made this sassy-ass little robot on Ash's Pokedex.
I'm a murderer.
Well, we don't know how sassy the other 3 models are. For all we know, they could have ended up with a Pokedex just as sassy.
Perhaps, but since we don't have evidence of that, I'm calling that Oak literally gave Ash this sassy little bugger.
I want Rotom Dex.
The Pokemon Center is where you can heal your Pokemon and restore its strength and treat any status conditions. Updating Nurse Joy.
I've seen one time travel fic where Ash goes back to fix everything, and Dexter goes with him, and it turns out that Ash was supposed to reset Dexter after each journey, but he never did.
What would the relevance of resetting Dexter do?
I have no clue, but he ended up evolving into a Porygon.
Ooh.
Now, I've seen that the AI in the Pokédex become a Porygon and become Ash's, a very, like, glitch or dizzy situation. But, yeah, there's actually episodes that actually kind of, like, hand-wave that away. Like, for example, like, an episode way down the line, Oak upgrades Ash's Pokédex. And they do that because there was apparently enough complaints of, like, well, why is Ash dexing mons he's already seen before? It's like, okay, so they do the upgrade to the Pokédex because it gives the writers a green light for him to dex older mons because he's looking up new information from the upgraded Pokédex. So when he's dexing them, he's getting new information. Mind you, when those episodes do occur, Ash's reaction shouldn't be like, oh, who's that? Anytime he does that, it's a point off for continuity's sake. We can get back to it.
Regarding Pokemon after their training. If lost or stolen, I cannot be replaced.
Oh, my Pokedex! I didn't realize
Can't
it was
be
also
replaced,
my
huh?
ID.
Bullshit.
Can I take Pikachu to the Pokemon Center now?
I'll get you there in
I
no
consider
time
those
at all.
upgrades.
Ma'am.
Sit back, hold on, and don't yell.
Don't. Ma'am.
So you don't bite your tongue.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Hey, what's the big idea?
Hey, Misty. What's that red dot on your forehead?
And here they are.
I am taking that thing away from you for the rest of the episode.
Okay, Gal, do you want this one? This one? Or this one?
Don't forget the one he has in his socks.
First, you drop your weapons. All of them.
There, I've complied.
Where the hell did you fit all that?
There's also something else you're forgetting, Gal.
And what would that be?
I don't need physical guns. I have magic.
But it will be 600 in 67 episodes before we get another episode without Team Rocket in it.
Somewhere in black and white?
I think so. Okay, it's 672 rematch at the Nakarine Gym.
So yeah, somewhere in black and white.
Although that's not counting the clip show in Ruby and Sapphire.
There's a clip show in Ruby and Sapphire?
Flattering.
Yeah,
This picture
one
makes me look
episode.
terrible.
Then you should be happy the photographer captured the real you.
So here's something.
We'll show
So
these
if Z was
buggers.
here, Z would absolutely be livid with Team Rocket. He's not much of a fan. But the fact of the matter is, I do not mind Team Rocket. For a lot of people, they are villain and anti-hero icons, as well as LGBT rep. Some people see positively, some people see negatively. Honestly, it's basically pick your poison. It really falls on you if what you believe. But for me, much like with Misty in the last episode, what happens with Team Rocket is they basically become padding. They exist to fill the runtime, and instead of building on the plot and unintentionally making Ash stronger by using moves and battling against them over and over and over again, they instead basically exist to fill the runtime of an episode plot that wouldn't fill 10 minutes. And that's really sad. But I see Team Rocket, I'm grabbing ice cream. Give me a second. Alright, we can go ahead.
The people of Viridian City will be sorry they ever saw this.
I forgot how James's
We're all
voice has
sorry to see
changed.
your face. Stay focused. We're here to capture rare and unusual Pokemon.
Same goes for Meowth.
Don't forget, Meowth.
Absolutely.
But of course.
And just remember, I'm the top cat.
You got it.
Meowth.
Meow.
We're not even worth a level 1. Yeah, we're not even worth a level 1 Pokemon.
Pokemon Center. It's gigantic.
Ash, you think that's gigantic?
Hold on. Here we go.
Jenny.
We have a driveway, you know. It's a
Well, I've actually never seen that movie. I know
I'm sorry, that line legit tickles me every time. It's like someone comes charging in through the door and she's just like, we have a driveway, But that goes to show you that's where Gary parks his car, at the Pokemon centers.
We'll do what we can. I need a Pikachu. Emergency!
Please help it!
Looks like a Pikachu. Do what we can. I
It
need
looks like a
special
Pikachu.
small electric Pokemon. Stat!
Fancy!
What's good? Everybody's favorite normal type?
It'll be okay. Rush this
Except
Pokemon
for
to the
Eevee.
critical care
Maybe
unit.
for you, but
Fancy!
maybe for you, Fame, but for
We'll begin the training
me
right away.
in Legends Arceus,
Who are you?
the last
His
Pokemon
name
I
is
had
Ash.
to
He's the Pokemon's
catch
trainer.
to complete the
If there's anything I can
Pokedex
do,
was Happiny, and let me tell you that little sucker was my white whale.
Please, just tell me.
You can be more responsible.
Like,
if you want to become a
fuck
Pokemon
you.
trainer, young man,
You
don't
don't know
let your
what
Pokemon
happened.
battle till it's in this condition.
But you don't know what happened.
What's past is past. Now we have to heal your Pikachu.
Man, pass. Okay, hold on. Pause. Put the pause on it.
Pause.
Because I'm about to put the brick.
Fame, go ahead.
What happens is in the past, right? So if I walk up to you with my golf club right now and bust your kneecaps out, oh, it's fine because it's in the past, right? Here, let me help you with that, Nurse Joy. Come here. Let me show you what this baseball bat can do. Bam. Oh, it's fine. It's in the past, right? Bam. Oh, that's your other knee? It's fine. It's in the past, right? Bam. Oh, was that your elbow? Oh, it's fine. It was in the past, right? Bam. Oh, was that your other arm? I'm sorry, but it's in the past, right?
Ow! Jeez, what was that for? It doesn't matter. It's in the past. Yeah, but it still hurts. Oh, yes, the past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Ah, you see?
Either way works, because either way, it's in the past, right?
Yes.
After all, It's in the past, so what does it matter? Right, Joy?
And this was what I was talking about at the beginning of the recording when I was talking about your rage list.
But here's the thing. This is categorically inaccurate. Because here's the thing. If someone is a survivor of abuse, for example, and they're brought into the hospital and there's a pattern of abuse, you can't say it doesn't matter, it's in the past. I personally have to deal with situations where, where there's like fights and arguments and whatnot, and they want to like dismiss it, saying it's like in the past, why are you still thinking on it? Because it's always an established pattern, because the stuff keeps happening, and because we're not changing and diverting the problem, and we keep coming back to the same issues over and over and over again. That's why it matters. That's why I bring up the stuff that keeps happening, because it keeps happening. It does matter because we keep coming back to the same problems.
Yep. Let's just go. If I was isekai'd right now into the Pokemon world, the first thing I'm doing is using the human variant of Skull Bash on this bitch.
Fame would not be welcome in Pokemon centers ever.
Here's the thing. This literally does not make sense, because in one breath she's getting mad at what he did. He calls her out saying like, you don't even know what happened, and instead of saying you're right, what happened, she immediately, in the same breath, it's like, it doesn't matter, it's in the past, we have to like hurry on. Just what the hell?
Everything to me. Please. It's in your hands. I know you'll give the Pokemon excellent care. You got it here just in time. That's my job! Oh my goodness! I left my motorcycle parked at the front desk! Next time use the driveway!
Next time use the driveway, bitch!
Ash, you'll have to go to the waiting room.
Can't I?
Any access though she forgot where she parked.
First time that Jenny's done that.
Probably ain't the last time either. Shiny!
Yep.
Is that a shiny Pidgey?
Well, different color.
Fair enough.
I also love seeing all the items that are Pokemon themed.
Which sadly are limited due to the issue with promotion and the selling of products. That's why there are actual Pokemon cards in the anime, but they were censored because they're not allowed to show like actual products in the show.
And the fact that her first day without her son, she takes a spa day.
Ma'am.
Like, that is not a normal bedtime routine.
Hold on a second. Hold on. For some women it is. For some women it is. But let's be real.
Need I remind you how much of a wild child Ash can be?
Fair.
To be fair, Delia has been preparing Ash his whole life to be a Pokemon trainer, because her chores are insane. We'll find out in a later episode, and I'll touch more on that in that episode. But as far as we know, she is a single mother, not getting child support, and she's been raising that boy practically alone. If she wants to treat herself, let her treat herself.
Okay. You sounded just like Fame right there.
And why does that sound like a problem?
I'm just saying, we can only deal with one Fame.
Well, me and Fame resonate really well. Just Fame's got the fabulous energy 100% of the time. I got it maybe 20 to 40, maybe 50% of the time.
In the words of one of my favorite songs from High School Musical, fabulous pool, fabulous trash, fabulous parties, even everything's got to be perfect for me.
Yeah, well, I'm about to
fabulous.
have to pause again in a moment because of what she's about to say.
This is the Ketchum residence. Hello, Mom? Oh, hi, honey. Is everything okay? Where are you, Ash? The Pokemon Center in Viridian City.
You're already in Viridian City? It took your father 4 days to get there when he started Pokemon training. Oh, he'll be so proud. You're the apple
That is why I brought up the thing earlier, because it makes sense for Ash to have traveled through the route as it is because there was an emergency situation. I can understand Gary getting from A to B.
He had a car.
Because he had a car. How did the other two get there before him? And some people say like maybe Ash's dad was just slow and maybe he sucked. But even still,
the other two left before Gary did, so of course I think that's why they got there first.
It can't be. How did you get back here before us?
How did we, Kronk?
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Also, there is another thing I want to say, like, because some people say, like, how is, like, the Pokemon anime world, like, so vast when it comes to, like, the actual anime world compared to the games? I kind of want to take a look at it like D&D rules, because how each square is either treated as 5 feet. So, like, take that and apply it to the Pokemon world, and whereas, like, you're, like, moving, like, 1 square at a time, but for the anime, you're essentially moving 5, what you're covering in the span of a video game second is actually 5 yards, 5 miles, 5 blocks, 5 whatever. So the routes in the game are like microscoped and digitized and simplified, but if you were actually in the world, it's actually a lot more vast, beautiful, majestic, and you'd actually see more.
And it could have taken Giovanni 4 days because he probably took his sweet ass time.
I know what theory Otaku subscribes to.
For those of you who don't know, there is an official, and this is like, people can get mad at me all you want. There is an official stage play of Pokemon, and it confirms that Giovanni and Delia had a thing. She had a thing for bad boys, and it's heavily implied that Giovanni is Ash's father. Now, other seasons have debunked this, but the other seasons do not matter in the context of Kanto alone.
Oh, and in the Japanese, she actually also mentions Ash's grandfather.
But we don't know anything about any of their family!
No, we do not. And honestly, the Pokemon Journeys episode that literally teases Ash's dad showing up, and Ash is busy dealing with other stuff, so he doesn't see him, we don't see him, all that jazz. Yeah, they were dirty doing that.
Yeah, also, speaking of which, guys, say this real quick, to those of you who, in America, who watched on Netflix, that episode was originally aired in Japan before the final couple of episodes, but before Ash officially retired from the anime.
But for those of you who don't know, Giovanni is one of the lead runners of Who's Ash's Father. There are a few other ones.
Bruno.
Samuel Oak is one. Bruno is one. Lieutenant Surge is one.
I subscribe to that one for various reasons.
Kukui.
No, well, we're talking in Kanto. We're not going down the rabbit hole of the entire spectrum of adult males that people think could be Ash's father.
Fair.
But yeah, there's a lot of different potential candidates, because, like, some people question, well, where is he? Well, if he was a gym leader, obviously he can't come home. If he's an Elite Four member, obviously he can't come home. And I'll touch base on which episodes actually have, like, oh, this is where, like, this is like one of the episodes a lot of the people who believe this theory point to and say, it's this theory, it's this person, it's this person. I'll touch base on that in the actual episodes so we don't waste too much time. But yeah, we can keep going.
Yeah, a rotten apple.
Oh, Ash, don't get discouraged. You're doing fine. Honey, you're growing up right before my... spreading your wings and soaring like a Spearow.
I feel more like a fallen pigeon.
I won't let you talk
Ma'am,
about yourself
if
that way.
you knew what they did to your
You can
child.
do anything that you set your mind to. Do you understand?
Yes.
And are you changing your underwear every day?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god, that voice
Only
acting.
been gone for half a day max. Why are you asking?
Bye.
She's a mother. Okay, hold on a second. Pause. I know this is going to get tiresome, but I just got to ask this question. So we all know in the later series, I believe it's I can't remember, Universe. Everybody remembers Mirror Ash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if Delia is like this in this world, I know it's become like a bit of a common thing that in the mirror world, she's kind of...
Well, to go back to the Giovanni theory, because ironically, Unova is when Giovanni and Ash finally do meet face to face, and they actually could have confirmed the theory in Unova that Ash is Giovanni's father, but he didn't. But a lot of people who subscribe to the Giovanni is Ash's father theory for the mirror Ash, they tie it into that Delia acts like Giovanni.
So in this case,
I wonder why Ash is a crybaby then.
Because she's aggressive, she's mean, like she demands results, which gave Mirror Ash like a deeply rooted anxiety and fear of performance, because if he fails, he gets yelled at. But that's why Team Rocket are heroes in the Mirrorverse, because Giovanni has Delia's personality in the Mirrorverse.
Interesting.
So then would that mean that Giovanni has so then that means that... Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
These things is not like the other.
Yep, Articuno, Moltres, Zapdos, and Arcanine, which, if you don't know, Arcanine is listed it was listed as a legendary Pokemon, not a legendary Pokemon, a legendary species.
Hey. Wow.
And the fact that he confuses Articuno with Ho-Ho.
I mean, the detail isn't exactly there. Like, from the first angle, I almost mistook a Moltres for Lugia.
That's the flying Pokemon I saw.
Ring, 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 bonko, bonko. Ash, you're not supposed to answer
This
stuff.
is Ash. Who's calling?
Here, I'm over here. Ash, it's Professor Oak. Don't you recognize me?
No, Professor. I didn't recognize the back of your head.
Hey? Oops, wrong camera. There. I just spoke with your mother, and she tells me you made it to the Pokemon Center in Meridian City.
Really?
Is that correct?
Really?
I couldn't be talking to you if I wasn't here.
You couldn't be talking if you... Oh, I see. I dialed the Pokemon Center in Meridian
Dumbass
City.
old
and you were
man.
able to answer.
Yeah,
He's
because
going
that's where I am.
senile.
I suppose
Are we that surprised?
Other new Pokemon trainers made it there with no problem, and I'm pleasantly surprised you got there so
And
soon.
this.
I admit, when you left, I had my doubts that you could
Excuse
handle
me,
your
I need to
Pikachu.
do something right
When my
fast.
grandson Gary said that you wouldn't have a single Pokemon by the time you got to Viridian City, I bet him $1 million that he'd be wrong.
Money isn't
First, I'm gonna take your stick. No, not your stick.
everything, right?
Oh, why do I even bother?
But I did see a flying Pokemon like that one. It flew right over the rainbow.
Don't talk such nonsense. You couldn't have seen this Pokemon. Trainers have searched their whole lives and never seen it.
It sure looked like it.
You must have been mistaken. Ah, there's my pizza.
Pause. Okay. One, that's a dubbing issue. Basically, his ramen was overcooking. It wasn't a pizza thing. The dub screwed that up. Okay, it is perfectly understandable for Samuel to think Ash is joking that he saw the above bird Pokemon. Because why would, in the middle of summer, someone see Articuno flying over Route 1? It makes perfect sense for Oaknock to believe him here.
Does.
Because Ash himself does not know what Pokemon he saw. He said, I saw something that looked like that.
It was very nice talking to you, Ash. And good luck.
And good luck. Bye.
Anchovy, spinach, and pineapple pizza.
I knew I'd find you here! Hey, what happened to your bike? What
Well, no
happened
shit.
to my
You told him to
bike?
go to the
You happened to my
hospital.
bike, you little loser! This is what's left after you stole it to save
Fuck
your
off,
Pokemon!
Misty.
Now I can see why
Girl,
your
you
Pokemon...
better get running.
Go ahead.
She better run. She better run. She better run. Cause I'm taking aim. Misty, I'm taking aim. Bitch, you finna be in the way.
I have the shot.
You're about to look like that bike.
And Fame is now banned from using anything he considers a weapon for the rest of this recording.
First, I'm gonna take your stick.
No, not a stick.
So you said I'm banned from using anything I consider a weapon, right?
Oh boy.
That includes your magic. And yourself.
Okay.
You just challenged him. He's
You said
putting
nothing about
Misty's
a door.
head in the door and
Nothing about a
slamming
door.
it.
I don't. Here's the thing. You said nothing about a door because I don't consider a door a weapon, even if it's hitting somebody upside the head. So I don't consider it a weapon.
You walked into that
Yes,
one.
but you're using it as a weapon.
Not you said anything I consider as a weapon. I'm merely opening the door while Misty's in the way.
Yeah, you kind of walked into that one. You literally, we literally just watched Alistair outplay two demonic deals with wordplay. You know you gotta be more specific.
Honestly, I thought that was.
Nope. Wordplay. Baby, I'm a
Did you
demon in hell. It's kind of our thing.
You tricked me with a fucking technicality? Seriously?
It worked, didn't it? Baby, I'm a demon in hell. It's kind of our thing.
Because you said anything he considers a weapon. That creates a wiggle room of whatever he does not consider a weapon. You didn't say anything that can be used as a weapon.
Like, to be fair, you can't consider a person a weapon, so he could have gotten someone else to do the deed.
Which, we know that's not true, because anyone who saw the original Power Rangers, literally they used to pick each other up and actually swing each other around at, like, weapons.
Score!
Holy crap, is that man scary?
Yep. Like this. Hey D, could you drop an anvil on her head for me?
There.
Okay, point made. I'll choose my words a bit more carefully from here on in around.
Yeah, you gotta be like Alistair.
Cookie Kitsune.
You see why Alistair's my favorite character now?
Lucifer's mine.
I already did Fame. I appreciate his long game strategies.
Yes, but it's all because of words, right?
Strawberry
We can.
Alistair's my second, though.
Honest in the...
And the adrenaline wore off.
Let me help you! I don't
She got hurt, and I didn't do a damn thing.
What you did to my bike!
No! She didn't hit him again! No!
promise I
No,
won't
no, 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 no!
Smacked his hands.
I don't need...
She smacked his
Let me
hands.
help you!
Smacked his hands away.
While he was
Yep.
trying to help her.
But, be that as it may, she slapped him in the face once. The next slap is coming in the next episode, censored or not. But this is, again, this girl has violent, abusive tendencies.
I mean, she gets a mallet and keeps hitting Brock on the head with it.
Yeah, no, she...
Yeah, but he's being a horn
physical
dog half
abuse,
the
but
time.
she's also freaking yelling
Well,
all
okay,
the time. And demeaning
I
them and stuff like that. So, it's like physical, mental, emotional abuse. The whole package.
Here's the thing with Brock. Misty is not his keeper. If Brock flirts with a girl and the girl wants to knock him a new one, that's on her. if she says, "You're making me uncomfortable," and he doesn't back off, then she could smack him. Because then it's like you're providing a service and stepping in when the other person cannot. But Brock will flirt with somebody and get smacked without proper cause.
Like, didn't Misty even attack when the girls were not against the flirting?
Yeah.
I mean, Krogunk gets a pass because Krogunk was Brock's Pokemon. But Misty and Matt...
Yeah, my headcanon for that is that Brock's Krogunk was female and was jealous that it wasn't getting the attention it wanted.
Like, sorry, this one's mine. Find your own.
Which he did mess up one time, and he was called out for it.
But I mean, like, Lucy actually returned his flirting. Lucy of the Battle Pike actually liked Brock.
Well, there's actually been a few girls that have liked Brock, but because of either Misty's interference or shenanigans, they don't either commit or it's passed off as like whatever, and it's very regrettable. But yeah, Lucy did not mind the flirting, but we also had somebody else be a problem because Lucy had her own Misty companion that was a pain in the ass that whole episode. But anyway, back to the canon the Kanto canon.
I don't need your help, and you're gonna pay for what you did to my bike.
I'll make up for it.
You can pay for assaulting him twice.
But I can't do anything about your bike until...
I don't want any of your lame excuses, kid. I just want a new bike right now.
It's my Pikachu.
Shut up.
My Pikachu's not too good.
2 words on that, Misty. Good and luck.
Yeah, good luck indeed. Oh look, there's an anvil that's been pushed in Dee's direction. Dee, would you so kindly...
Huh? Oh! Pikachu, are you alright?
Your Pikachu's resting. It's a good thing you got it
Good
here so
grief.
fast.
What?
The procedure went
What?
well, and it should be fine.
Why?
Thanks to the Pokemon Center.
What?
Yes, thank you very much.
Now your
What?
Pokemon needs a good rest in the recovery room. You should go in with it, Ash.
Thanks. Listen, I'm sorry about your bike, but I'm gonna need some time to make things right.
No way! I fell for that last time.
Huh?
Well, you should
What?
take care
When?
of Pikachu now, and we'll settle up later.
Okay.
When?
Your attention, please.
This is literally the first time y'all have met since.
Aircraft belonging to a
And here we go.
Pokemon thief. If you have a Pokemon in your possession, exercise extreme
Team Rocket music. Cue the music.
Woke up this sleepy duck.
Nope. This is where I hit the mute button. This is where I hit the mute button.
They should welcome Team
Fame, they don't do the motto
we'll
here.
teach them to respect that name.
Oh, I know. What I do.
And when we snatch all their
And there it is. Mute
scared little
button.
mice will know I'm the top cat.
They don't do the motto.
No. Ekans,
Yeah, they do, Paper. We'll see in a second. Coffee. Oh, Ekans, I wish you got a Mega Evolution.
Don't be
You deserved
frightened,
one.
little boy.
And the fans even created a unfanned one.
To protect the world from
Nope,
devastation.
there it is.
Oh, I guess
there
we
it is.
did.
I'm muting.
Our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and
Oh, I don't
love.
want to hear this.
To extend our reach to the
We
stars
will get
above.
very fed
Jesse.
up with this.
James,
Team Rocket, blast off at the speed of light!
surrender now or prepare to fight.
Meows. That's right.
What are you talking about?
He just doesn't get it, does he?
No.
How
He's
can
just
I? You
freaked
don't
out
make
by
any
these
sense.
freaky ass
We're
people.
here for the Pokemon.
You're not getting Pikachu!
Pikachu. We're not interested in your precious electric
Yeah,
rats.
because no offense, you all
We
look
seek only
ridiculously
rare and
stupid.
valuable Pokemon.
Last time anyone from this trio says anything like that.
So you attacked a hospital with sick Pokemon.
Wasting your time. This is a center for sick and injured Pokemon.
Well, that may be so, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if we find a few little Pokemon gems
Said it once,
among all
I'll
the
say it
junk.
again.
You're starting to
They're idiots.
The boy's bugged.
Meow! And let's squash him!
Coffee, attack!
Ekans, go!
Idiots! The love of them.
Damn, Ekans!
Yeah, they were surprisingly more dangerous back heat at this point.
Yeah, no arguments.
Coffee!
Hey, the lights! They must have cut the power. But we've got our own Pika power source.
And this.
Which is actually the starting point for another theory that I've heard.
Wow, look at all the Pikachu!
Good grief.
Initiating emergency Pokeball transport sequence.
We have to save those Pokeballs! This is the Viridian City Pokemon Center. We have an emergency situation. Transporting Pokeballs!
This is the Pewter City Pokemon Center.
Okay, pause.
Butler activated. Ready to...
Okay, I can understand this is, like, they're sending the Pokemon away for safety. My question is, you have all these Pokemon here. They're in Pokeballs, so they belong to trainers. Where are their trainers? Because we know that the Pokemon centers also house trainers. Why aren't you contacting? Yeah, why don't you contact the trainers and have them use their Pokemon to defend the center?
Me take 'em.
Pikachu! If they're gonna try to rob our Pokemon, we might as well make it a battle.
Yeah, we can't just surrender.
Let's fight back!
Because if this was like wild Pokemon, because centers do care for the local wild Pokemon if they find them injured and all that. Completely normal, understandable. But like, this is just weird.
Plus, also, where the heck is Officer Jenny during all this?
Especially considering she made that citywide announcement.
And she has no problem driving a motorcycle into the Pokemon Center.
Yep.
But she's not here now.
Receive Pokeball.
Oh, get those Pokeballs! Right, this is war! Don't just hold them, throw them!
Misty!
Alright, Pokeball, here we go!
Oh, hey, Pidgey.
Hey, look, Banner.
That thing can't beat us.
No, we'll try this
So,
one.
why would they believe that these were they were going to be powerful Pokemon here?
Empty! We're never gonna beat them that way!
Why are you two not helping?
Misty,
you have Pokemon!
You have a Starmie, a Staryu, and a Goldeen on you, two of which can fight on land, as we're about to get something really stupid. But you're talking about, this is war, this is war, this is war. Then, bitch, start fighting.
And where is Chansey? We saw, was it 2 or 3 Chanseys?
2, but to be fair, King, Chansey's more of a support Pokemon than anything else.
That doesn't stop no Chansey.
See, here's the thing. Chansey in the anime is freaking terrifying.
It will
The game
slap you and beat you down, and then heal you up.
Okay, touche. I forgot about that scene.
Both that scene plus remember Brock's Happini without using strength is just able to lift up a giant glacier of ice and chuck it like it's nothing.
She's literally Tsunade.
Okay, noted.
She's stronger than Ash.
Okay, noted. I retract my statement. My apologies.
Though, just like for game-wise, Chansey is a nightmarish hell of a tank that if you give it Flamethrower or a Fire-type move that deals burn, and you keep spamming the Fire move and then like healing and support moves, you will whittle down your opponent to death. Very few Pokemon have the power to deal enough damage to break through a Chansey's physical or special defense, depending on your build for it. But considering Chansey have healing moves as well as the supportive moves that like weaken damage, if they can land either a toxic, a poison, a burn, or something that will like erase your health, like if you're in like a double battle and you get a Pokemon that does the Leech Seed and you get both sides seeded and you get them swapped, Chansey is not going down.
And another point, you would think that Pokemon centers would have at least one security Pokemon on standby. Like, Nurse Joy, that pink-haired bitch ain't fighting anybody off by herself. So you would think they'd be like, okay, we're putting this Nurse Joy out in the middle of nowhere with just a Chansey. Let's hope nothing happens to her. Like, no, we're giving her this Pokemon to protect her.
Yep.
Some of
You can
the
continue because it's.
Well, now she tells me.
Well,
This
now
one
she
feels like a
tells
real
me.
winner. Pokeball, go!
Pipsqueak.
Meow.
Where'd your glove go?
I guess I'm gonna have to take this into my own hands.
So now you get involved,
I'll
bitch.
take care of these 3 clowns.
That's pretty big talk.
Coming from such a little lady. At least you're right about the pretty part. Thanks for the compliment.
The girl thinks she's pretty.
I agree with her. I think she's pretty too. Pretty pathetic.
I'll show you. Pokeball, go!
Oh my god.
Misty, you just proved Jesse right.
Honestly, outside of Switch training, I see no reason why Misty should have done this.
Because she's a dumb bitch.
That's her best shot?
She's all washed up.
You know as well as I do that a water Pokemon can't battle on land. I was just warming up.
Warming up?
No.
What?
No. Okay, look, I understand that logistically, there are certain Pokemon that do not make sense. Like, for example, Diglett. Diglett is just like a little head. Like, in the game, it can work because it's just like things. When you have to apply it to an anime, it doesn't quite make sense because where the heck is the rest of Diglett's body? What is the rest of Diglett's form? Is it just the little rocks around the thing? All that. The idea of, like, yeah, you can use fish Pokemon in combat and they can fight just fine. Logistically, yes. If you throw a fish into like a fighting arena, obviously all they can do is flop around. They need water to swim and have mobility and all that.
But you, Magikarp.
Yeah. Magikarp, Feebas, Goldeen are all something. Certain Pokemon do not have this restriction. Misty is talking about, like, you know as well as I do, water Pokemon can't fight on land. That is the biggest lie. And from a person who wants to be a water Pokemon master, you know that is bullshit. You literally have Staryu and Starmie, 2 who can fight on land. I can understand, like, the fish, like, for the sake of anime realism, that fish are limited to water. I can respect that. I can understand that. But then why the fuck would you send out a Goldeen when you have 2 workable Pokemon? And yes, I know your Starmie sucks. I know that, quick fanon theory, I know that your sisters tricked you into evolving your Staryu too early, and that's why your Starmie sucks. That's why you got another Staryu so you can actually raise it and train it right. I understand you got screwed, but for the freaking heck, Misty, you have a Staryu that's actually a little bit of a badass. Use it!
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, back in Generation 1, stone evolutions, once you evolve them, with the exceptions of evolutions, of course, or really this applies to any Pokemon that has a branch evolution, those that evolve by stone stop learning moves after they evolve.
Mm-hmm.
Many of the old school gamer evolved their Growlithe too early, only to find that it does not learn any moves now. Arcanine cannot learn any moves. It has to learn its moves as a Growlithe. Anime fans, this lesson is actually explicitly stated more in the Raichu episode, though that one's a little bit more complicated because in that scenario he says that he evolves his Pikachu quickly so it can learn the more powerful electric moves rather than learning the speed moves of the Pikachu. So it's a bit complicated. They kind of butcher it a little bit, but not that bad. We can get back to it. Misty's useless.
What's new? Must be a day ending in Y.
Just get Pikachu out of here! Right!
But Misty, they don't care about Pikachu. They're after the Pokemon.
And the bike.
And
Game pause for a minute.
Pikachu!
Yeah, this is actually where the other theory that I mentioned before truly takes effect. While obviously we see Ash's Pikachu in episode 1 hate the Pokeball to begin with, but there's this one theory that the Pikachu from the backup battery source switches places with Ash's original Pikachu.
But it's still wearing the headband it's still wearing the little headband thing with the light bulb on it.
Yeah.
I never said it was a concrete theory.
Yeah, but people can, like I said, I can spin theories out the yin yang with very little evidence, but it's better to actually have
people.
Yeah.
It's still wearing the freaking headband. Please tell me that another Pikachu switched the headband.
And if that was the case, wouldn't that mean that this entire time the Pikachu that we thought Ash grew to love and care for, that they bonded over after that traumatic experience, was not the same Pikachu?
It's like you started with a male Pikachu, then you got a female Pikachu.
Also, there's the fact that other trainers have thrown empty Pokeballs at Pikachu, and they did not work.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I have to do everything that...
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, you're useless.
All you can do is scratch and...
They are.
At least till you get to Galar anyway.
Wait, Pikachu, you're mine.
Pika, pika, pika.
Pika, pika?
Pika, pika.
Pika, pika power?
Pika!
So you
Pika,
want...
pika power.
You want more power?
Seriously, Meowth.
What's this?
Let's just
serve
say
no
that
purpose.
Pikachu and I are gonna generate a little excitement for you, Meow.
How does this work? There's nothing connecting the bike to Pikachu until he plugs something into it.
Poor Ekans.
Oh look, it destroyed their Pokeballs. Now Ekans and Coughing are wild. Here, Ash, take these totally not stolen Pokeballs and catch them.
I mean, he has 6.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
now she sees that something's going on.
For the fireworks.
I wonder if Ash had to pay for that.
He didn't.
Let's open up.
Great! A cat losing to a mouse.
That Pikachu is no ordinary Pikachu.
It's certainly very rare.
Oh god, here
A
we
perfect
go.
prize.
Let's catch it!
Perhaps we will.
Don't start thinking that he's only rivaled by Candace's for busting Phineas and Ferb.
And that never made any sense why the balloon that never got interacted with popped.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I'll touch on that when we hit the how I'd write it segment.
And that's one destroyed building.
Good Good gracious alive!
Pokemon were transported here safely.
I'm amazed he didn't kill anyone.
Ash, Misty, and Pikachu are heading your way.
Again,
Their city.
we had all these Pokeballs in here.
Forest.
Where were the trainers?
From what I've seen, those three can take pretty good care of themselves.
Well, I hope you're right.
What's the matter?
Look, over there!
Oh, cool! It's a Caterpie! It's one of the bug Pokemon!
Even if it is a Pokemon, bugs are disgusting and I don't like them! Do something!
Alright, stand back! This one's a piece of cake.
Capture the Caterpie? What sinister plans are being concocted by Team Rocket? Will Misty ever get a new bicycle?
No.
The answers on the next Pokemon.
Yes. Yeah.
Not from Ash anyway.
But she does actually get her bike back.
I don't think she deserves it.
Yep.
Okay, so for 4 ratings, I will definitely give this episode another 4 out of 5. It's not really a nostalgia thing. Legit, the episode is neatly compacted. We get from point A to point B. There's not a lot of useless filler outside of the Pokeball Rashomon shenanigans. That, because it really does go nowhere. Even Misty's basically useless in this situation. And, you know, it ends off with, like, the next episode. It feels like a narrative flow. From one point, Ash is running to Viridian City, gets their treatment, and gets into the forest, and he's throwing a ball, and that's going to lead into the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with the 4 out of 5 as well.
I agree with the 4 out of 5. The episode itself is straightforward and to the point, and despite the fact of me wanting to see Misty get hit in the face with a harpoon, have an anvil dropped on her head, and see her it was still pretty good, nonetheless. I still do agree with the 4 out of 5, mainly because of just like, the episode is good, but there are still some things that just have not aged well and don't make as much sense as you think they would. Prime example of that being the thing with the bike. Like, it's not connected. How the fuck does any of that work? How does that function? How did any of that work? Like, it just made no sense.
Fire into the light that was attached to the headband.
Even so, it was good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I never saw that detail until now.
It was good. Not perfect, but it was good.
I'll give it 4 out of 5 as well.
3. With the ratings out of the way, we're gonna tackle the How I'd Write It segment. Going off of the last episode, as I stated, Ash actually did catch a Pidgey. So he actually is coming to the Pokemon Center with 2 Pokemon, Pikachu and Pidgey. Officer Jenny does stop him because he's still carrying Pikachu, gives him a ride, shows up. Ash hands over Pikachu and Pidgey. They go to get treated, and everything pretty much goes as it is. Delia calls, Oak calls, though Ash actually does win Oak the bet because he does have Pidgey. It's not much, but it's a start. Misty does show up, pissed about her bike, gets in his face, yells at him, but sees that Ash is actually worried about his Pokemon, so decides to leave it for put a pin in it for now. Team Rocket attack, and pretty much that stands the way it goes. Then we get to the situation of where Ash is throwing the random Pokeballs. In this, Ash uses his own Pidgey that's rested up and healed, and actually does fight Team Rocket. Pidgey fights coughing and does pretty well, but then Ekans kind of snipes it in the back with Poison Sting. Ash gets mad, saying, the Pokemon League rules. This is where he brings up the Pokemon League rules. And Misty will even scold him. It's like, this isn't a regular Pokemon battle. This is a war. You need to do whatever it takes to defend the center and all that. Like, even Nurse Joy could say it's like, this is for the sake of the Pokemon. Ash could, like, be hesitant, which causes Pidgey to get defeated by Ekans and Coughing. Pikachu gets pissed because its friend just got defeated, and it rallies it calls for help, like it saw the Spearow do, and the other Pikachu rally up, join up, and they fry Team Rocket.
Barbecue cat.
They get blasted off, and as they're flying away, the Spearow that's stalking Ash sees them, gets annoyed that they got in its way or attacked Ash, because this has the attitude of no one is going to defeat Pidgey and Pikachu but me. So it's the Spearow that pops their balloon and sends them flying. Now we carry on into the whole Caterpie situation. A lot of what ifs that have Ash either be competent or showed up on time, they have him not capture Caterpie. Now, this isn't knocking any creative writing choice. Everyone's choices are their own. My own personal thing is, just because Misty screamed, and that's what alerted Ash, because a lot of, like, what if Ash woke up on time doesn't have him traveling with Misty, because he woke up on time, didn't get Pikachu, obviously didn't fry the bike, so Misty has no reason to da-da-da. But, as we see, Pikachu is walking beside him, and it's level with Caterpie. So I feel Pikachu would notice Caterpie, let Ash know, and Ash will get excited and want to catch Caterpie. Misty will still be following along because she wants payment for the bike. So we end the episode on Ash throwing the Pokeball because, you know, he's excited. Misty could chide him saying, you know, you're supposed to weaken Pokemon first, but because Caterpie is on the lower level side, again, it instantly catches. This could give Ash a bit of a swelled head, because he's caught 2 of his Pokemon without battling them. This will lead into issues down the road, where he's throwing Pokeballs and not catching things when he needs to actually properly battle them. Which is a lesson both in-game trainers needed to learn, and Pokemon trainers in the anime need to learn eventually. But that is how I would write episode 2.
So time for the Poke Rap.
Goody.
Bring it on.
You guys up for the Poke Rap?
There's 150 Pokemon. You gotta name them all.
I'm doing 32 today, so try to keep up.
Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all.
Gotta catch them all. Oh god.
You would rap that slow.
Oh, good grief.
Birds and Maris, Horsey, Eradicate, Magnamicadabra,
Horsey,
Cluster, Caterpie, Sandshrew, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Golem, Pikachu! At least
150 and more to see.
To be a Pokemon master is my dream.
Loosen those lips, shake out that tongue.
Give it a rest, today's song is sung.
We'll be back tomorrow. Catch 'em, catch 'em,
Catch 'em,
gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon.
And we'll be back on the next Pokemon Retrospective. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, comment down below. Did you enjoy our reaction? Did you enjoy the How I'd Write It segments? Do you want to see more of this retrospective? If this video gets 100 likes, we will record the next session and get 2 episodes within a week of this video getting 100 likes. But until then, you can support us on Patreon. Our tier starts at just $5 a month. We also have Insta-Buy tiers, so if there's like only certain videos you want to pay for, you can Insta-Buy them and get access to them. Substar still in the works. Fortunately, Substar takes a little bit more time, but Ko-fi is up and running, so please consider supporting us if you're feeling a bit generous. Supporting us on Patreon gives you extra bonus content and control over what videos we will tackle. But until next time, ciao everybody.
Bye.
So long. Farewell. And before we tag out, what would be your random starter Pokemon if you could pick one? Mine would be Ghastly.
Eevee.
Odd one out, but Decidueye. Well, Rowlet.
No. We're sticking to the gen. We're sticking to the first gen.
Then I would have to go with Dratini.
For me,
a Gen
Lapras.
1. See, Gal, like, I was also thinking Lapras. I would take Vulpix.
Aww.
Because, you know what? It's a stone evolution like Pikachu. It's a sweet little fire bean. It can be brutal and mischievous when it wants to be. The passionate of it. And I legit would love to either keep Vulpix as a Vulpix, or I would be happy with a Ninetales. They're both beautiful and wonderful Pokemon. I love them both equally.
I'm argue with that.
I would get a Vaporeon. Water and ice are my favorite elements.
I tend for dragon or grass, but I do love Feraligatr.
Yeah, I tend to lean towards water types myself.
Looks like the winds are changing.
Change is good.
Yeah, but it's not easy. I know what I have to do, but going back means I'll have to face my past. I've been running from it for so long.
Ow! Jeez, what was that for? It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
Yeah, but it still hurts.
Oh, yes, the past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Ah! You see? So what are you going to do?
First, I'm gonna take your stick.
No, not a stick! Hey!